right, all right, all right. I'll just make this public. We are good to go. Yeah, I'll share this to the Discord too. So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, for everyone tuning in. Good morning, good morning. Oh, the thumbnail did not update, but that's okay. All right, we'll get a couple of people in here and we'll talk about this monthly recap. They probably think I'm going to be streaming to trade 32. That's funny. Monthly recap. Okay. Good morning for those of you who are tuning in. Good morning. Good morning. What's up? What's up? What's up? So, as you guys can see from the screen, today we'll be doing a monthly recap. And if you're wondering if I'll be going live to show off the house, yes, I will. I'll do that today. In fact, we might do that all day long. But yeah, as you guys are tuning in, don't be shy. Feel free to say what's up, and let's get going. So, first glance, doesn't look too bad. We did have a little bit more red days than we would want to. 7 red days total on a month, which, right now the goal is, hey, less than four or less, in worst case, five. So something to improve on there, something to work on. And starting off the month with a really good day, 2,700. But a lot of the times they say some of your bigger green days are followed by a bigger red day, and that's kind of what happened here. So minus 1,700 right off the bat, not too good, but did recover nicely coming into the first full week. 3 green days in a row. The one red day that we had was small, and then from there we continued pushing. Second week, not as good. 3 red days, all of good size. But what I do like about this week is that our green days definitely, outweighed the red days, right? Biggest red day, 600, biggest green day, 2,700. So despite only having 2 green days, still finishing net green on the week, which was good. About $1,500 in losses here, which this one green day covers. And then, of course, still net green right here on the 14th. So that was good. Week 4, we had the holiday, Juneteenth, coming in. And Abel, what's going on? What's up? What's up? Yeah, coming back on that Tuesday with a bang. You know, biggest green day ever. I think VCIG was moving that day, 5,600, and then we finished out the week well. So let's jump over to the detailed section. So 16,457 gross gain. By the way, guys, I have a partnership with TraderView. I should have. I probably can do this now as I look through this thing. I gotta check my email to let you guys know the coupon code that you guys can use if you do want to use TraderView and have a discount. But yeah, anyhow, they're hooking me up with a nice account. That way I can get gold and I'll be able to see net gains. So these gains here are gross. Now, after fees, I don't trade that much share size. So every day they'll probably charge me like 20 bucks. So, it's not a huge difference on the end of month P&L here. But yeah, average daily gain, 783, pretty solid. Our volume has been going up, which has been the goal this year. In fact, I'm still behind on my goal by about 200,000. What is that? 220,000 or so shares. I should be at 500,000 shares already, and I'm not. So there's still a lot of progress to be made, still a lot of work to be done. but not bad. Slow and steady, man. Slow and steady's always been the name of the game, and we're gonna continue, one day at a time, one trade at a time. Big Steve, how you doing, man? Big Steve, I see you. Uh, I'm awake so early on the YouTube grind. I'm on East Coast time. I'm on East Coast time, and over there it's like 11 o'clock already. These boys, they were up a little later last night. I kind of couldn't hang. Had a headache. My body was telling me it was time. But yeah, $81 average winning trade, average losing trade $58. Definitely some improvement here, and also some separation, which is pretty good. Um, Besides that, coming down, our accuracy has not been great. It really hasn't been great. Um, we we want to aim for at least 51 and up in terms of percentage, but this is still okay. But we definitely want to do better. If we can whenever I have, we can look at VCIG for example. Whenever there's a day where I do at least 53% accuracy and up, it's like a huge green day. So, being very selective and being very careful and cautious towards the entries. But you know how day trading is, right? Sometimes even a good trade doesn't work. So it is a little tricky. I try not to get too into the metrics when it comes to this type of stat. So coming down, max consecutive wins 15, max consecutive losses 8. Nice ratio there. Largest gain 719, largest loss 802. Not a good ratio on that up front. So but again, sometimes you'll get caught in some big flushes with some big size, and the most you can do is just smile, take the loss. Average per share gain, 1 cent. Guys, as you're tuning in, hit the thumbs up. Be sure to hit the thumbs up. How many people do we have? There's 21 people watching on, guys. Let's get up there to 20 likes. Let's get up there to 20 likes. Oh, in fact, it looks like they did it. It looks like they did upgrade my account already. Okay, so it's showing total fees. Okay, great. This is lovely. Hey, shout out to TraderView, man. Yeah, I'll talk more about TraderView throughout the video. Things these last few weeks, or let's say a few days, have been pretty busy for me, so I haven't really been on top of everything like I needed to be. But yeah, shout out to TraderView. And the discount is, let's see, let's pull it up. Hold on 1 second here. Settings. Let's pull it on up. Oh, is this the right account? No, it's not. Uh, Hold on 1 sec. Bear with me here, guys. I have a ton of accounts. Sometimes it gets confusing, even for me. I know silver and gold is 10%. And then if you do the yearly, it's a little bit bigger. So I'm going to confirm right now. Could have checked on my phone too, now that I'm thinking. What what has been the biggest change in your trading to increase your gains? Um, the biggest change in my trading to increase my gains, we'll talk about it in a sec. Man, this email is buried too with that. Jeez. Yeah, anyhow, gold and silver you can get 10% off. I'll get you guys the code. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there we go. Okay, I'll just copy and paste this. This is exactly what I needed. So silver yearly would be 15%, and gold yearly would be 25%. And here are the codes. These are all the codes. I'll probably include them in the link of this video in case anybody needs them. But yeah, we'll do Q&A at the end. I'm just gonna finish going through the stats and then we'll continue. So yeah, price and volume as we're coming down. Let's see, performance by in-trade price range, performance by price. This is one I usually look at. So we did our best between 5 and 10, followed by under $2 surprisingly, and then between 2 and 5. Above 10, we didn't really see too much, so not much profits there. Stocks, performance by stocks, we have VCIG, BDTX, NEXT. Biggest loss, unfortunately, TOP minus 1300. Very disappointing there, not great. Market behavior, whether the market is green, red, flat, we're usually doing all right. Um, but between 0 and minus 1% is where we've done our best. Win loss expectation. So on the month, we've made a whopping 58,000 and we've lost a whopping 41,000. So, this metric here always reminds me that if you're in the field of day trading, you got to be prepared to lose money. There's no trader out there that is 100% accurate and wins on every single trade they take. And even if that's the case, even if someone does have a really high accuracy, there's always the unrealized P&L where you could be green and you might not have made as much as you could have if you sold earlier, that type of stuff. So this is a field of accepting, right? There's no room for pride. There's no room for greed. There's no room for any of those emotions that will compromise us mentally. We got to stay sound. We got to understand that it's the nature of what we're doing is that we're going to lose. We just have to win more than we lose, right? And ultimately, if we do that, we can be consistent. So losing 41,000 on a month, if I go and I start a conversation with a stranger right now and I say, hey, are you willing to lose 41,000 next month? Before I say the other half, they probably would say, heck no. I mean, shoots, even knowing the other half, some people will say it's too much of a roller coaster. I want something more consistent, more steady. And I understand that. But at the same time, when you really think about it, you know, even the most consistent career or 9 to 5 day job, they can still lay you off. You can be there for 5 years straight, no problem. And then the company starts downsizing. And so, there's risk, right? But ultimately, you know, we all have a dream and, you have to try and find something that could, you know, bring your dreams to a reality. And that's what this is. It's a vehicle, right? As I'm dropping the poker chips because these guys in here, they love poker. Um, Trading is a vehicle, right? I'm looking at it as nothing more and nothing less. It's a vehicle, it's a pathway, it's something that's there, just like any other business or field. Um, it can help us get to what we need and what we want out of this life, out of this world. So, discipline and consistency always. So, yeah, this is the month, guys. We're not going to make it awfully long, but this is the month. This is how we did win loss versus days on our average green days. Let's see, we did about 1,500 on our green days on average. Our red days about 658, a little bit bigger than I would like, but it's part of the deal. It's part of the deal. Yeah, so 14 green days equating to 21K and 7 losing days equating to 4,600. So I'm gonna check. I want to see what's the difference between net and gross. Okay, so this is gross. Never mind. So this is gross. And net, okay, so the 506 remains the same. So after the commission, well, not commissions, but Thinkorswim fees, because there's still some fees, right? We're at 15,951 on the month. And of course, Uncle Sam needs to collect a good 3K out of this too. So, that'll bring us down to like 12,000 on a month. You have to always account for taxes, guys. Don't forget, if you are profitable, right? If you get to the side of profitability, if you have a month like this, it's not a matter of taking out all the cash right away and just, you know, let's say it like this, right? If you're paying taxes annually and you can invest the money now and have a better return later, then okay, feel free. But of course, always remember the risk. But other than that, always account for taxes, right? And it's the beauty of the market is that we don't get taxed up front. So we can leverage this cash in other ways to produce more income and then just pay it back at the end versus, like the taxes coming out of your paycheck right away. So going to the questions, right? And I'm guessing a lot of people were out partying because there's only like 30 people here. Let's double check on that. A lot of you guys were probably out partying last night, so they're still sleeping. Okay, we have 27 people. Hit thumbs up, guys. Let's get up there to 25 likes, 27 likes. Yeah, some people were probably out partying last night, so they're still sleeping, which is okay. It's a holiday, right? So happy 4th of July once again. Yeah, so what did I do? What has been the biggest change in your trading to increase your gains? Like coming into the new year, there's a lot of things that I felt like I was doing right, and there's a lot of things that I was noticing that you would say were mistakes that I was making whilst trading. And it's a lot of simple things to be honest, like, you know, sometimes holding too long on certain trades that's going against me. Like, hey, like just try to cut it as quick as possible. The f- like being better at the foundation of what the strategy is. Like sometimes you don't need to be, you know, fancy. Like there's no need to be fancy and crazy going. It's like, can I just master the basics of what I'm doing? And so, becoming a little bit more sharp mentally on all fronts, you know, being more confident and just telling myself, and Steve, you would always tell me this, it's like, we got to really think big, long term, right? And not get too fixated on just today, next week, next month. For example, something like, oh my God, it's the start of a new week. I have to build a cushion. It's like get that stuff out of our heads. Like it's just another day of us trying to be our best selves is the way you need to think about it. And when you start to do that, there's less pressure. Oh my gosh, it's the new month. I have to do well to start the new month. No, it's just another day of us trying to do what we love, of us doing what we love, and trying to be our best selves. And so just the mindset has been shifting, and I'm trading mentally now with less pressure. Um, I think back in the day, it's more so like, just a lot of artificial stuff, right? Me creating pressure for myself and just different situations too. It's more studying, tightening up on certain areas. Uh, it's been a long process of me trying to size up, and I've tried a lot of different things. Right now, I'm just letting it flow naturally. I'm trying not to force it, like because when it comes to share size, this is a part of why I'm making more money. I'm trading more shares, right? For example, on this month we did 278,000 shares. If we go back to June of last year, I'm pretty sure it was a little less, right? 2022 June, and 2022 June 30. Okay, did I do that right? This is 2023 still. Yeah, the volume is increased, but it's more so been a little bit more on the natural side, right? So last year we did 194 versus this year 278, and I'm still not at my goal of 500,000 shares. And then even then, once we get to 500,000, we'll just push past it because why not? I mean, I mean, I see some of the guys here, right? Like a million shares. When I get to a million shares, why stop at a million, right? This ultimately, because there's no pressure here, right? Why not go to the ceiling, which is the cap of liquidity? That's where I'll stop sizing up when I can't anymore because, you know, in this field, it's not like we have to go work more hours. We don't have to go work a double shift. We don't have to do 12-hour shifts. We just have to click a button. And with one share size, it's the same button that I'm clicking with 10,000 share size. It doesn't take more labor. It's just mental fortitude. And so, uh, that's also part of what's been helping me out is becoming better mentally, understanding that what I'm doing, I have been doing it, and there's no reason to not be confident in what I'm doing. I've been doing it now for 5 years, and it's been working for 5 years. Why not do it with more confidence? Yeah, you guys can use code. I posted the codes just now. So code Relentless 10 will give you guys 10% off silver. Hold on, let me look at it over here. It's a little jumbled. I'll send it through again. And I'll post an actual video talking about the trader view and the codes. Okay, so monthly silver for 10% off monthly on silver, Relentless 10S. I'll post them individually here. Right? Here you go for silver, for gold. So for those of you who are using commission-based broker, gold will be better because that way you can calculate for commissions and fees, right? Thinkorswim, the commissions and fees are so, small. It's like you don't really need to. And you can see your gross gains, your net gains inside of the TDA broker. And of course, if you go yearly, you'll save more, right? That's just how it always is with every company. Yeah, so there you guys go. Relentless Trader hooking it up for you guys. Hooking it up, hooking it up. And maybe over time we can, even get bigger discounts, which is very likely because our community is big and it's growing, right? So the more people that signs up, the more likely they are to like give us a bigger discount. Because of course we're giving them business, right? It's only fair. But yeah, let me see if there's any other questions coming through. Is it pronounced Jante or Dante? LOL. I know my YouTube handle. Uh, yeah, you're good, man. The YouTube handle is all right. What did you buy at the mall yesterday? Guys, follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. For those of you who want to see like more, like behind the scenes stuff, follow me on Instagram at Relentless Trader. I'm gonna post the link. Instagram, baby, Instagram. Instagram, Instagram, Facebook, what else? I have all that stuff. TikTok, you guys can find me at Relentless Trader on every platform. I got to start working on my Twitter some more. I have a Twitter and a Snapchat. My Snapchat is completely being neglected. I got to work on that and my Twitter. Let me try and grab this link here pretty quick. Ay, ay, ay. I forget everything is backed up, so I got to go into this app. Let's see. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Is it this one? No, it's not even this one. Well, I might not be able to grab the link. Just at Relentless Trader, guys. It should be in my link tree, by the way. I'll pull up my link tree. Link tree is this link that has all your links. And so you just grab one link and you're good to go. I'll pull up my link tree. But yeah, guys, that's the month. Uh, this video honestly shouldn't. I probably should not have done a live stream here because I'll be talking all day. It's probably better off just doing a regular video and then a different live stream where I'm showing you guys the house and stuff, which I'll do today. Yeah, but at the mall, I think Marcelo got some shoes, Crispy got a shirt. I didn't buy anything. I we went to this shoes place, but their prices were outlandish. For something that should be like 200 bucks, they're trying to charge 800 bucks. You know, no matter how much money we make, we still have to be smart, and you got to know when you're getting ripped off. And you know, it doesn't feel good to be robbed. So I didn't bother. Yeah, guys, I don't see any questions coming through, so we're gonna shut it down here. I'm gonna be live again later as we're barbecuing. I'll show off the house a little bit of the views, and maybe a quick Q&A on one of the other days with all the guys. Hitman, appreciate it. So for everybody that's here right now, unless you guys have any questions, if you do, feel free to post them. If not, we'll shut it down and we'll be back on later today. Another decent month, man. But and we always got to end it with some motivation, right? So quickly for some motivation, as I'm gonna get out of here. Um, First and foremost, if you're not profitable, do not feel FOMO. If you're not profitable, do not feel FOMO. It's a matter of building experience and then working to get yourself on the other side. Feeling FOMO is nonsense because we have time on our side. Whether you're someone who's 20 years old, 30 years old, 40, 50, we have time on our side, right? Oh my gosh, I need some water. Can I, let's see, OBS. MMU is already a monthly subscription model. Um, but anyhow, I'll come back to that. Do not feel FOMO as a beginner trader or as a trader who's been around who is not profitable yet. It's a matter of building experience, becoming competent, becoming confident, and then applying what you know to the market. So, understand that we have time, but we have to, along the way, actively work on becoming better, actively work on becoming better because sometimes we can be trading and we're lackadaisical. We're floating along, bare minimum. We're just, you know, we're here, but we're not giving it our all. If we do not give it our all, there's a high chance we're not going to be successful because it's a competitive field. At the end of the day, this is like the finance world. There's competition. There's other trading communities. There's algorithms. There's big firms, institutions, mutual fund, mutual fund, uh, hedge funds. There's a lot of competition, market makers, even brokers. So we have to be our best selves and the best version of ourselves in order to even stand a chance. It is hard. I'm not gonna lie and sit here and say it's not. This trading is hard. It always was. It always will be. Nothing in life that's great that yields great reward is easy. So we have to pride ourselves on being disciplined and consistent and actively trying to be better. Trying new things to help with risk management and discipline. You know, when it's all said and done, that's how you're gonna have no regrets. If you don't try everything and you don't push yourself as hard as you can, it could be 5 years from now they'll be saying, "Man, I should have tried harder." And that's the worst feeling in the world because at that point we've wasted time, which is our most valuable asset, right? So if we're actively trying we can feel good and we can relax and understand that we're making progress in the right direction. And even if the time comes where you say, hey, you know what, trading is not for me, then you know you've given it a good shot and you've approached it in a good way where you're managing risk. You learned a lot, and you can maybe apply a lot of the knowledge you learned here in another career path or just sector for business or whatever else, right? So if we do it properly and in a right way, and this is what we teach in MMU, right? There's nothing that you lose, you only gain, you only learn lessons. So yeah, that's the motivation, right? For the people who are profitable, we got to keep working same way. It doesn't stop. And you think, hey, I go from a red trader to a green trader, the work is done. Nope, nope, nope. It's not. Does it feel a little bit better? Okay, yeah. But it's the same level of concentration and effort regardless. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, we're not gonna make money unless we're here trading. And so, a part of that is also taking care of yourselves. If you lose your hands, your eyesight, you can't trade, can you, right? So we got to take care of ourselves. Trading is still, we love it, so it doesn't feel like work, but it's still work. If we don't do it, we don't get paid, right? So there's still that, right? So keep at it. All of us, let's keep at it. No matter if we're red, green, break even, let's keep working towards being our best selves. And when we become our best selves, then we know for sure we have a legit chance. All right. So stay focused, stay motivated, stay disciplined. Let's see. If you have a small account under PDT, how would you manage your trades so you can still cut losses quickly but still capitalize on trades that do not work in your favor? I think with a small account or even a commission-based account, I'd become less reliant on level two. Level two, level two, and I think as I become better over time, you guys are going to see this from me as well. Level two is a little noisy at times. It's great. It works well when it works and when it's working, but it's also a little noisy. And there are a lot of trades where I'm in and back out multiple times in an area because I'm seeing so much weakness on the level two. And it has to do with separation in the mind. Understanding where you're buying on the charting is a strong area for support, and not worrying so much about what level two is saying, but actually putting a stop in place, right? And another thing too is that how I trade is very, uh, you know, what's the word? It's like I've embraced my environment. Like if I'm to like, if you guys are to say, we as humans are animals, right? I've embraced my climate, I've embraced my environment, I've adapted to what the situation around me allows, right? So for example, being able to trade hundreds of times in a day and not have any penalties, being able to get in and get back out without any penalties because that's what the environment allows me to do. Like, so going back to the question, I'd become less reliant on level two, and I'd focus a little bit more on the charting. I trade less. I'd wait for key areas that I like when it comes to support, and be confident with the charting. Once and I'll keep my losses the same way. Like once we are beyond the point of where the stock looks like it'll still be strong, where we're now showing weakness, I'll cut my losses regardless. So still being disciplined with stopping out of the trade, but trading way less, and looking for those good quality setups, right? Level two. So in MMU, in the course, we have what we call the patterns, of course, and then we have edges. All the edges are price action type of trades where, okay, you're aware of where the charting is, but you're now focusing on level two, to get in and out of an entry, right? So, and I'd say right now, like half the stuff I do is related to edges. So it's like I cut down on that stuff. You can still be profitable. It's just that you'll be trading less, right? So let's see. Coming down, we got Momo Pro, Nightbot. The pain of the discipline is better than the pain of the regret. Yep. Yeah, pain of discipline is better than regret for sure. Because as humans, naturally, and people out there might disagree, but this is true. Naturally, it's like we're lazy. I mean, I think I am, but I force myself to work because I know for the stuff that I envision and the dreams that I have, I'll have to work to get it. But it's like if I could have all those things and not work, then that's what I would have done. So, you know, you gotta be disciplined, even when you're not motivated, even if you don't feel like doing it or going. It's like these are like gym talks too, right? If you don't feel like going to the gym, you still go, even when you have a slight headache, even when you're tired, even when you don't want to, and that's how you become, consistent with the habit. And so even when things are not going good, you're going to be doing something positive as a result because that's the habits you've now developed. And it's such a good thing, man, because life will get hard. Life always gets hard. Life always changes. And so if we're always doing good things, even when times are bad, we're just gonna remain in a good place, you know, or at least we're not gonna be in as a bad of a place as we could have been. So there's always a positive there. I'm a profitable. I'm profitable. But what I see in my account is that I win more than I lose, but my losers are bigger than my winners. When I look at my losses, the trade typically is my setup, but I get in early. Okay, so a little bit of patience there, right? Waiting for a better signal, maybe, or a little bit more confirmation. But in terms of the first half of the statement there, this is a common issue for a lot of traders, right? You'll have a good ratio, but then your losses are bigger than your winners. So what it means is that you have to cut your losses quicker, and you know, build as you continue to trade, continue to pay attention to signals to get out of the trade and how to get out faster. Like in fact, and you should be screen recording, right? All the relentless traders here should be screen recording. Go through your archives, go through your data, and look back at all those losing trades. Look back at the top 20 biggest losses and see what they have in common and see what you can either avoid, adjust, or improve on. Any one of those three or all of those three, or eliminate, right? You can add that to the mix, and you can start improving, immediately or at least over time, right? But you have to make sure to go back and check it out. Like just a lot of the times the history is repeating itself, so you want to see if there's any warning signs, and usually there are. Right, the market is sometimes whether it's an indicator, something on level two, trend lines, things like that. Right, candlestick patterns and individual candlesticks. Right, maybe there's like a topping wick or something, and you're not realizing it. Right, like there's a lot of small things that is necessary to be able to be successful consistently. So what we're doing here really is a lot of multitasking. So sometimes you have to be thinking of 30 things at one time. And while that might sound a little difficult, and I guess it is, it's kind of what's required. And so, the more we study, the more we trade, the more screen time we build, the more experience we gain, you become a little bit better at doing it. Like anything else, right? If you're cooking for the first time, you're not going to be the best chef, but give yourself a year of cooking and cooking the same recipes over and over. Eventually, you don't need the cookbook. You don't need to see how much measurements. You can just feel it out, the intuition. Uh, okay, so 3 trades a week. Um, I used to trade 3 trades a week. What I'd recommend is trading in a simulator. And if it well, it depends on your situation. Like if you're below PDT right now, what you plan on trading in a 25K account eventually over time, I'd say trade in the simulator with an account that's above that mark or at the price that you'd be trading with once you go live. If you are just going to strictly be in a small account, then those are the adjustments there as well, right? Um, but it depends. It depends on your situation. You definitely want to be practicing for what you're going to be doing. I think that's pretty important for those of us who are in the stage of still, trying to get it figured out. What we don't want to be doing is practicing the trade one way for a long, long time, and then change to something else once we do go live, right? It can cause inconsistency. It's best to figure it out one way and continue to utilize that. And as you continue to gain more experience, then you can add small bits and pieces. It's only at the point where let's say if you really can't figure it out doing it one way, then you change the strategy. Other than that, you got to make sure it translates. No, this coupon code is forever. As long as I'm partnered with it with TraderView, the coupon code will remain. So yeah, check out those coupon codes. I'll post them in the link of this video, and I'm gonna cut it off here because this is supposed to be a monthly recap, and I'm going way overboard. I'll probably remake this video is what I'll have to do at some point. But yeah, stay safe, guys. Stay green. I'll catch you later. Hit that thumbs up. I'm gonna live stream as we start to barbecue later into the day. So this will probably be around like let's say 6 p.m. Eastern time. So if you guys do want to check out the video, or you can check it out the next day if you're busy, if you're out with family, friends, you can always check it out tomorrow or some other time. But yeah, stay safe, stay green. It's been Relentless Trader, and I'm